You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. I want to talk to you guys about what consequences Charlotte Cassadine should face, because right now there's a growing list of crimes that she's committed, and you guys think she should face some consequences, right? Let's talk about the possibilities that she could face and which is the best fit, because they say, the punishment should fit the crime. Let's dig in and talk about it. But if you haven't, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our GH updates. And let's talk about Charlotte. This is not the first time that Charlotte has behaved badly. And Charlotte never really faced any fallout when she was a terrible tween. Remember when she was late elementary school, I believe, she was bullying kids at school. Charlotte was bullying her teacher, Willow. And remember, she put a snake in a bag at a birthday party. That kid is 100% a Cassadine, and she's been that way for years. And if you remember back then, Valentin and Nina were together and then married, and even after they split, I think she still kept showing up for Charlotte. They fought battles for Charlotte. They defended her when she was in the wrong. They cleaned up her messes, and they basically enabled ongoing bad behavior by being blindly indulgent parental figures in her life. And that's kind of what I see Nina and Valentin doing again for teenage Charlotte, who is just miles and miles worse than she was in her younger years. I mean, it feels like Charlotte needs to pay the piper and face some serious consequences for her recent crimes. I'm sure you guys agree. So the first option is jail, juvenile jail, but still jail. I mean, let's think about this. First, there was the vandalism with the door paint where she put murderer across her door. And then there was the arson. Maybe we don't have, video proof of that, and they haven't shown us a flashback yet, but it definitely feels like she did the arson. Remember, there were the feet were little. I think we all agreed they were like women's feet. And then there was the vandalism and the breaking into the Metro Court hotel room and the threats and all that. Then there was the breaking and entering at Anna's place. Even if she had the keys in her hand, it's still a B&E because she didn't have permission to be there or enter. And, Charlotte's 15, so maybe cooling her heels in a juvie jail until she's 18 would teach her that actions have consequences. But as we know, Cassadines don't generally learn a lot about being behind bars. I think they come out worse rather than reformed. So juvie jail, option one. Option two, maybe at the other end of the spectrum completely, but maybe she just needs a parental lockdown / extreme timeout. It could be that Valentin and Laura Spencer and even Nina agree that keeping Charlotte at home, but grounded and under their thumbs, is the best way to handle what she's done and prevent worse behavior. They could use their money and influence to get charges dropped if Anna is even trying to press charges, and then ground her for life. Valentin and Nina, I feel like, are both going to be single soon. Anna just smacked Valentin, and they're having another showdown this week. Within the next couple of weeks, I hope this Sonny and Nina thing is going to completely blow up, and Ned is not going to be able to hold his tongue. When that SEC thing comes out, Nina is going to be single. But even while she's still with Sonny, I believe she would keep conspiring with Valentin and helping him. They could team up to keep an eye on Charlotte until they think that her head is on straight. I think the option of basically low-key house arrest would be a very, very bad move. I mean, it's just, It will not show her real consequences because being stuck in your cushy home with people that love you is not the same as spending time in juvie or spending time somewhere else and being actually punished for what you did and receiving a talking to and some therapy so you don't do it again. Speaking of therapy, option 3 is a nice padded room at Shady Brook. So I'm guessing that Shady Brook Mental Hospital has a teen wing because it seems to me that there is something deeply, deeply wrong inside Charlotte's noggin. I mean, Victor may have just gaslit her into thinking that Anna will be the death of her dad. And so she's acting on those irrational fears that Victor, drummed into her. Or he could have actually programmed her to go after Anna Devane as a fail-safe option in case he died before he could kill Anna himself, which he did try to do a couple of times. I could actually see Kevin Collins telling Valentin and telling Laura and even Nina, if she's in on the conversation, look, I know you don't want Charlotte to go to prison and I know you want this to blow over and I know you want her to be okay, but it's not going to be okay without some sort of intervention. And Kevin could work with the DA if there are charges. Of course, the DA is Robert Scorpio, an old friend of Laura's. So they could probably work out a deal where she could be under the psychiatric care of Kevin or another doctor that he trusts. I mean, I just think that intensive inpatient psychiatric treatment is the best course. And that way she can't hurt herself. She can't hurt others while she's confined, and she will get the help she needs because I don't think Valentin or Laura or Nina are capable of giving her the kind of help she needs. And Nina and Valentin are just openly, basically enabling her. And they've always done that. They've always excused her bad behavior and covered up for it. I mean, Nina didn't even hesitate when Valentin asked her to erase that video footage, which they both know was evidence that the police would want. And of course, now the police know. And I told them off the record, but they do know about it now. So there's probably going to be some more conversations had around town. All right. I would love in the comments if you would tell me option 1, basically severe time out at home. Option 2, jail time, because time out at home sounds too soft. Jail time sounds too hard. And number 3, inpatient mental health treatment. That sounds just right, like the 3 bears. Too soft, too hard, just right. Which one would you choose to see happen to Charlotte as consequences for her recent actions? Hey, if you've not already, please click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates, and definitely drop your comments on what you think should happen to Charlotte Cassadine. Come back soon. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I'm here talking soap 7 days a week. Catch you later.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.